Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in today. I want to share something really interesting and surprisingly exciting from the world of coin collecting. We're going to talk about the 1976 Bicentennial quarter, a coin that almost everyone in the United States has seen at least once. It looks simple and ordinary, but a few rare versions are actually worth a lot of money. Some of these special ones have been valued or sold for around $9,000, and that sounds unbelievable at first. So in today's video, I want to walk you through the complete story in a calm, simple way so that anyone watching can understand exactly why this coin can sometimes be so valuable, what errors make certain quarters worth big money, and what makes the bicentennial design so interesting in the first place. Let's start with the basics. In 1976, the United States was celebrating its 200th birthday. To honor this huge milestone, the U.S. Mint created special coins, including the Bicentennial quarter. Instead of showing just 1 year, the quarter displays the dates. 1776 to 1976. The back of the coin features a colonial drummer boy, which is different from the usual eagle that appears on regular quarters. This design became extremely popular, and people noticed these coins right away when they entered circulation. The Mint made hundreds of millions of them because they wanted everyone to be able to hold a piece of history. Because so many were made, most of the bicentennial quarters you find today are still worth exactly 25 cents. But even though the design is common, this coin has earned its legendary status because a tiny number of them contain rare minting errors that make them very valuable. These unusual mistakes are the reason some bicentennial quarters can reach thousands of dollars in value. It's rare, but it does happen, and that's what makes this story fun. One of the most valuable error types is called a wrong planchet error. A planchet is just a blank metal disc used to make a coin. In a perfect minting process, a quarter is stamped on a quarter-sized planchet. But every now and then, the mint accidentally uses the wrong blank. That means a quarter design might get stamped onto a blank meant for a dime, a cent, or even a different coin entirely. These wrong planchet errors happen when the wrong metal blank slips into the presses without anyone noticing. Because this kind of mistake is so unusual, these coins are very rare and very collectible. Some bicentennial quarters struck on a dime planchet have been valued around $9,000 when they are in excellent condition and certified by a trusted grading company. Another type of valuable mint error is the double strike. A double-struck coin is hit by the stamping machine more than once, usually because the coin shifts between strikes or the machine misfires. When this happens, the coin can show overlapping images, shadows, or partial designs. These kinds of error coins are visually striking and instantly recognizable. There are examples of double-struck bicentennial quarters, especially proof versions, that have sold for thousands of dollars. When you see one of these coins in person, the mistake is obvious and incredibly interesting. Then there are off-center strikes. This error happens when the blank coin isn't sitting correctly in the press. When the design is stamped, part of it ends up missing or shifted far to the side. Off-center errors come in different degrees, and the more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin usually becomes. If a bicentennial quarter is missing 40 to 50% of its design because of an off-center strike, it can be worth much more than normal examples. However, the coin also needs to show the date clearly, because collectors need to verify exactly what it is. Another major category of valuable errors involves what's called a doubled die. This is when the die that strikes the design into the coin has slight doubling in the details, which gets transferred to every coin made with that die. Collectors look for doubling on the letters, numbers, and features of the design. On the bicentennial quarter, doubling is often checked on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the double year date. It can also appear on parts of the drummer boy design on the back. Strong double die varieties can be very valuable, sometimes reaching extremely high prices if the doubling is clear and the coin is in excellent condition. These are the kinds of finds that truly excite collectors. Besides the errors, the metal composition also plays a role in value. Most bicentennial quarters are the regular copper-nickel versions. But some were made in 40% silver, mainly by the San Francisco Mint for collectors. These silver quarters were usually packaged in special proof or mint sets. Silver bicentennial quarters are naturally worth more than the regular ones, and silver proof coins in exceptional condition can reach very high prices. Some have even been auctioned for tens of thousands of dollars when the condition and contrasts are nearly perfect. Proof coins, especially ones with a deep cameo appearance, have strong visual appeal because the shiny mirror-like background contrasts sharply with the frosted rays design. There are also extremely rare combinations of errors and proof strikes. For example, there are bicentennial quarters that were overstruck on previously struck coins, such as a cent or a dime. These unusual and dramatic minting mistakes are incredibly rare and very valuable because they combine multiple unusual factors in a single coin. When these are certified in high grades, they can be worth thousands, and some have reached around $9,000 according to pricing guides. It's important to mention that while these rare and expensive examples exist, they make up only a tiny portion of all bicentennial quarters. Many people online, especially casual collectors, often talk about how they've found bags of these coins, and most of them are just worth a quarter. And this is true. With more than 1 billion produced, the chances of finding a rare one in your pocket change are low. But because rare ones do exist, it's always worth taking a closer look at the quarters you come across. If you want to check your bicentennial quarters for potential value, start by examining the mint mark. A D means the coin was made in Denver, and S means it came from San Francisco, and if there is no mint mark, it came from Philadelphia. After that, use good lighting and maybe a magnifying glass to look carefully at the letters and numbers to see if there are any signs of doubling. Check the drummer boy on the reverse side as well, paying attention to his drumsticks, the drum lines, and the stars above him. If something looks doubled or out of place, it might be a double die variety. Next, look at whether the design is centered. If the design looks like part of it is falling off the edge, it may be an off-center strike. Also check the coin's weight if you have a scale, because wrong planchet coins often weigh differently than standard quarters. If the color of the metal looks unusual, or if the coin seems thinner or thicker than normal, that could also be a sign of an error. If you believe you have something that looks unusual or special, consider sending it to a professional grading company. These companies can certify the error, confirm the coin is genuine, and give it a grade. This official certification can dramatically increase the coin's value because it proves to buyers that the coin is real and the error is authentic. Serious collectors often will not buy error coins that haven't been certified. Finding a rare bicentennial quarter is a bit like finding a treasure. The combination of historical meaning, special design, and the potential for rare and valuable minting mistakes keeps collectors interested year after year. Even though most of the bicentennial quarters out there are common, the rare ones are legendary, and that mystery is what keeps people checking their coins. So as we wrap things up, remember that the 1976 bicentennial quarter is a piece of American history that millions of people have held in their hands. Most are worth only a quarter, but a few contain errors so unusual that they can be worth around $9,000 or more. Whether you collect for fun or just enjoy learning about interesting coins, this one is definitely worth paying attention to. Take a look at any bicentennial quarters you have sitting around. You never know when you might spot something rare. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear about more rare coins or valuable errors, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Have a great day, and happy coin hunting!